If my calculations are correct, when this baby hits 88 miles per hour, you're gonna see some serious shit. Watch this, watch this. What did I tell you? 88 miles per hour! The temporal displacement occurred at exactly 1:20 a.m. and 0 seconds!
Como en la película.
Jesus Christ.
Einstein.
Jesus Christ, Doc, you disintegrated Einstein.
Calm down, Marty. I didn't disintegrate anything. The molecular structure of both Einstein and the car are completely intact.
Where the hell are they?
The appropriate question is, when the hell are they? You see, Einstein has just become the world's first time traveler. I sent him into the future. 1 minute into the future, to be exact. And at precisely 1:21 a.m. and 0 seconds, we shall catch up with him and the time machine.
Wait a minute, Doc. Are you telling me that you built a time machine
With a DeLorean?
out of a DeLorean?
The way I see it, if you're gonna build a time machine into a car, why not do it with some style? Besides, the stainless steel construction made the flux dispersal. Look out!
Doc?
Huh, that's peculiar.
Where's the car, Doc?
It should have caught up with us 27 seconds ago.
Doc, what happened to Einstein?
No need for concern. It's probably just a minor miscalibration of the time circuits. Marty, could you get my notebook? It should be in the toolbox.
A ver cómo era esto. Lo voy a hacer con el teclado y el mouse. Ya que ahorita es más cómodo haciendo esto. Sí.
What's in the box?
Don't touch that. It's plutonium.
Plutonium?
How do you think I generated 1.21 gigawatts of power?
¿Qué es un gigawatt?
Notebook. Got it. Flux capacitor?
That's it.
What the heck's a flux capacitor?
My latest invention. The thing that makes time travel possible. In this notebook, I detail the nearly 3 decades of scientific breakthroughs necessary to build a working time machine. If it ever fell into the wrong hands, the consequences could be catastrophic.
Gracias por la compartida.
Let's see. It's mass equals I times Z, and E equals the square root of Z times C squared. And the flux dispersal rate is inversely proportional to the 4th root of N. Carry the 9, then.
Consequences could be catastrophic? Whoa. Deja vu.
Santa ciencia. ¿Qué fue lo que pasó?
Doc?
Supuestamente es una historia eterna en la que no viajan.
Great Scott!
Doc, what is it?
I've made a horrible mistake.
Doc! No!
I'm sorry, Marty.
Doc, come back! Doc! Doc!
Marty, is everything okay?
Yeah, Mom, it was just a nightmare. I was in the past, and Doc was there.
Well, you're safe and sound now. Back in good old 1986.
1986.
But you'd better get up. Your father's waiting for you.
Huh?
Weren't you going to meet him over at Doc's?
Holy crap, I'm late.
Gracias, hermano. Es un juego de 5 episodios esto. Gracias, Orly.
Dad, are we too late to stop the sale?
Better late than never. You wouldn't believe how much rare stuff there is back here.
That's Doc stuff. The city has no right to.
Now, son, I know you're upset, but your friend's been gone for months, and the city really seems hell-bent on using his land for that new parking garage. And, hey, is that a first edition Jules Verne?
Guarda, por
It's
el
just
Doc
not
tenía
fair.
una casa
These
enorme.
things can't get any worse.
Hey, Marty.
Hi, Biff.
Biff.
Come to see if the old crack
señor-
lot
el
had any
señor Trump.
buried treasure?
Nah, I guess I'm just remembering.
Relojes.
Why Doc didn't take any of these with him.
George.
Does nature contrive it so that even with a time machine, you can intervene to prevent your own conception, for example?
Einstein.
I miss Einstein.
El Doc Feeder. Era la maquinita.
Hey, let me...
Now, Biff, leave Marty alone. This is a very emotional time for him.
Oh, sure. Sorry, Marty.
A fish tank? I never knew Doc raised fish. Doc's fish had weird taste in decor. I kind of like Doc. It took me forever to repair this thing after I blew it out last time, and now some jerk's gonna pick it up for pennies.
Supuestamente sí pasa, porque ya el George lo tiene controlado el
Let's
Biff.
make some noise. It took me forever to repair this thing after I blew it out
¿Dónde
last
era?
time, and now some jerk's gonna pick it up for pennies. Doc built this model at downtown Hill Valley way back in 1955. The clock tower in the courthouse even works. What the? Is that Doc's notebook in there?
Hey, that looks just like the courthouse. You gotta hand it to the old coot. He was good with his hands.
Biff, can I see that a minute?
This would look great in my fish tank. Give the old carp something new to nibble on.
Can I see that model courthouse for just a second? I need to get something out of it.
Like what? A not guilty verdict?
Por Dios, el Biff.
That was a joke.
Oh, but really, can I?
Nah, I think I'll hold on to it.
Give it here, Biff.
Well, well, look at what we have here. Looks like plans for something. What's a flux catheter?
It's none of your business. Doc asked me to...
Brown's worm food, kid. But this looks like it might be worth something. Ha! Hey, let me try, Marty.
Now, Biff, let Marty have his turn.
You got it, Mr. McFly.
Feels like that was a lifetime ago.
El
Actually, I guess it
Méndez.
was.
Ta-da.
Hey, Biff. That notebook wouldn't mean anything to you. You wouldn't even understand what's in it.
You calling me ignorant?
Un poco.
It's just a notebook with Doc's
Notebook
scribblings. What did Doc ever
es
accomplish?
inútil.
Nothing.
Then it's worthless, right?
If it was really worthless, you wouldn't want it so bad.
I'll pay you for it.
How much? Not enough.
I just can't let you keep that notebook. It's dangerous.
What, is it set to explode or something?
Well, in a way.
I'll take my chances.
I only want that notebook because, well, I'm sentimental. It's like a piece of Doc.
Doc's dead. Time to get over it and move on.
Y no tengo más opciones. Me quedé.
Never mind.
Tenía que distraerlo con algo, me acuerdo. Justo hizo con la guitarra.
Hey, Dad, why's my guitar got a price tag on it?
Sorry, son. Must have been an overzealous clerk. Just pick it up. I'll iron things out with the bank.
Bueno, ya tengo inventario, la guitarra. El amplificador.
Here's an oldie, but a goodie. 1, 2, 3.
Hey, look, it's Chuck Butthead. Let me show you how it's done.
Now, Biff, I think that's Marty's guitar.
Oh, gosh, you're right, Mr. McFly. Here you go, Marty. Let's hear a few licks.
Ya, y de ahí
Man, you kids have ruined rock and roll.
sigue con el... Algo tenía que hacer... No, solo me queda hablar con George.
Hey, Dad.
¿Quién está haciendo la
Who's
venta?
running this sale anyway?
Oh, that'd be me, son.
You. Why?
Well, once it became apparent that the bank was going through with the sale, I volunteered to oversee it in order to make sure that Doc's stuff would be treated with a modicum of respect. Isn't that right, Biff?
You got it, Mr. McFly.
I'm telling you, this sale is a joke. Doc's only been gone for a few months, and I
que el
happen
doctor
to
sí
know.
sigue
He
vivo.
told us he's not dead. He's on a trip. Let's say you're right. Have you considered that this trip may not have been entirely voluntary? I hate to say it, but Doc's run up some pretty sizable debts around town. Maybe he's just hiding from his creditors.
That notebook is Doc's legacy. I've got an obligation to protect it.
Now, hold on a minute. Didn't you just get done telling me Doc's still around? Off traveling somewhere?
Yeah?
Then how is it your obligation to protect his legacy? You can't have it both ways, Marty. If Doc's alive, he can protect his own legacy.
¿Qué es eso?
Do you think dreams
¿Tuve un
can
sueño?
predict the future?
Well, you know I don't go in for that mystical stuff, but I do think they can reflect how you're feeling about the future.
You got Doc wrong. Sure, maybe he's not so good with money. That's just because his mind's always on bigger things. But he's still a straight-up guy. He'd never run away from his problems.
Well, you know him better than I do, son. But the bank is within its rights to sell off his stuff. Maybe you should try to find some things to remember him by before Biff grabs them all.
Ya lo encontré, es el
About
cuaderno,
Biff.
pero Biff
Dad,
no me quiere dar.
I know you're trying to help.
He talks a big game, son, but he's not so tough. I've been dealing with him a long time. Believe me, I can handle him.
So can I.
I guess you can. Okay, son, I'll stay out of your way. You know where to find me.
Acerca de Biff.
Problem? Biff?
He's got this thing, see, and I really need to get it back.
If he stole something from you...
No, it's one of Doc's notebooks. Yeah, he found it first, but...
Oh, well then I'm not sure what to tell you. I guess you'll just have to appeal to his better angels or something.
Or
Por
something.
Dios. Por Dios, George. Tienes que ayudarme.
I'll keep looking around. Thanks, Dad.
Tendré que hacer algo de acá.
Doc's fish had weird taste in decor. I kind of like Doc.
No, el dog feeder tampoco, la tele tampoco. George no le sirve.
Wait, I got one.
Juke Pukes. Ok, gracias por el copy. A ver, Biff,
Hey, Biff.
otra vez.
I'll pay you for it.
How much? Not enough.
Never
¿qué
mind.
hacer con Biff? Si salgo por la parte de mi boy, creo que no me acuerdo.
I better not crank it up anymore. I really don't want to blow this thing out again.
A ver, ¿qué hay de acá?
Seems kind of empty without the
El
courthouse.
perro, el perro. Ya, ahora sí. Inventario, no tengo nada. Solo tengo a George.
I don't think that picture's gonna do anything but confuse people.
No sé, agarro la
Now,
guitarra una vez
something your
más.
kids are really gonna like.
Thanks for warming them up for me, butthead.
Ok, Biff la sobrecargo más.
Now watch me blow the lid off this joint.
Whatever you say. Rock on, Biff.
Oh, shit.
Doc, where are you?
y Einstein trae el carro. El DeLorean.
Doc?
It's free.
Einstein! Where do you come from, boy? Didn't you bring Doc with you?
El condensador de flujos está apagado.
Okay, Doc, I know I haven't seen you in a few months, but I'm pretty sure this isn't your shoe.
Una grabación de quién era.
Marty? Marty, if you're hearing this recording, then the DeLorean's automatic retrieval feature is a resounding success.
Automatic retrieval?
In case of my failure to return to the DeLorean within an allotted time, I programmed the time machine to jump to these four-dimensional coordinates without me. As you are well aware, time travel is an inherently risky activity, and despite my elaborate precautions, there's always a possibility that I could land in trouble sometime. And that sometime
O sea,
is
lo que
now.
había previsto que supuestamente podía ocurrir algo malo, muy malo,
He's in trouble.
Marty,
y la máquina del tiempo iba a regresar a ese punto.
Was it the future? Anyway, I'm relying on you to do it again. Please take the DeLorean back or forward to whatever it is I'm stuck in time. When you get there, I'm sure you'll figure out what to do.
That's it? Aren't you gonna tell me when that is?
Just go to the date specified on the time circuit readout under the heading marked Last Time Departed. Good luck.
Right. Last time departed. Oh, jeez. Come on.
Así se arreglan las cosas, McFly.
Oh, great. How am I supposed to find him now?
Un segundo. Esto. Para cerrar. Inventario. El zapato de quién es.
This time-traveling shoe is my only clue to finding Doc. This notebook has all of Doc's plans for the flux capacitor and the DeLorean. I'd better make sure it never falls into the wrong hands. And by wrong hands, I mostly mean Bit.
Beef.
I keep this picture of my dad to remind me that even the most hopeless losers can grow up to be pretty cool guys. Looks like the time circuits still work. Now I only need to know when to look for Doc. I can use those to enter a date into the time circuits. Once I know when to look for Doc.
McFly, no ayudas. ¿Da? Einstein.
What kind of trouble is Doc in, Einie?
Valiente ayuda. Creo que había que darle el zapato.
What do you know about this shoe, Einie? Great Scott! I think he's onto something.
Santa ciencia. No sé por qué lo tradujeron de esa forma, de Great Scott a Santa Ciencia. Por el lip-sync más que nada.
Okay, now we're getting somewhere. How's this supposed to lead me to Doc, Einie? It's locked.
Strickland. El supervisor
Step away
Strickland.
from the door. Now, let me get a look at you.
Einstein, come on.
Just as I suspected. Hooligans. Get along now. Scat!
Hooligans na cámara. Unos vagos.
I'm not a hooligan, ma'am. I'm a teenager.
I wasn't born yesterday, young man. Aren't you the miscreant who skateboards through the town square every morning between 8 and 8:30 in a decidedly unpunctual manner?
Yeah?
All skateboarders are hooligans. It's a fact. Look it up.
Ok. Es un hecho que se va a hacer.
E.
¿Quién es usted?
Strickland. You aren't related to Vice Principal Strickland, are you, ma'am?
Not that it's any of your business, but I'm his sister, Edna. Oh, and you're
Ok,
one
el
of
Strickland
those
tiene su hermano.
McFly slackers, aren't ya?
Yes. What's old man Strick? I mean, what else has your brother been saying about me?
Nothing I couldn't have deduced from myself, slacker.
Ah, tengo algo
Can you
para
let
usted.
me in? I've got something to show you.
What is it? Let me see.
El zapato.
A shoe? Wow, now what would I want with a... Huh? Stay there!
Santa ciencia.
Leave that creature outside!
Sorry, Einstein.
Bueno, es educado.
Well, took you long enough.
There's a lot of stairs.
To return the shoe, I mean. I lost it ages ago. You can put it down next to the other one. Much better. So neat and orderly. I suppose you'll be wanting some sort of reward now.
No,
All I've got is tea and candy.
But
I'm sorry I called you a hooligan. I try not to jump to conclusions, but after all, 9 out of 10 people in this city are hooligans. It's a fact. Look it up.
Y
Have a
no le ha
seat,
prendido.
Sonny.
Señora, no le ha puesto nada de fuego.
Hey! You kids! Put out those cigarettes!
Es una vieja chismosa.
Don't touch those! My newspapers are in pristine condition and meticulously organized. Not about to let some street punk get jam all over them.
Ok, señora. Como usted indica. Los dulces, el radiador. Las papas.
is that Vice Principal Strickland?
Mother never could keep little Gerald out of her clothes.
El radiador.
Man, she keeps it hot in here.
That's the kettle. I'll be right back with some tea. Then don't touch anything.
Juveniles collide with manure truck. Nice picture.
Que no me dijo nada.
Oh, the candy looks older than I am. Hey, mind if I use your binoculars for a sec?
Go ahead, dear.
Man, these are powerful. I can see Biff going into the video store.
Yeah, you wouldn't believe the filth that boy watches. Yeah, he's nothing but an out-of-control hedonist, just like his father.
If there's a clue to finding Doc out there, I'm not seeing it. I don't even know where to start looking.
Aunque bueno, no vi nada en los...
What are these?
My editorial trophies.
Cat Lovers Quarterly?
It's legitimate journalism.
Einstein brought me that shoe from the past. But when in the past?
Señora Edna. ¿La cocina?
Miss Strickland, about your tea. You forgot to turn on the...
U! It's spelled with a U! You illiterate vandal!
Ok, no puedo hacer nada aquí. Solo me queda hablar con ella, ya que no me deja hacer nada con los periódicos. Edna.
Miss Strickland?
Jack! Diane! I know what you're doing behind that tree! Yes?
Remember
¿Cuándo perdí
when
el
you lost
zapato?
your shoe?
Shoe?
That shoe over there.
Oh, that shoe! Huh. Hi, what a nosy Nelly! No one likes a busybody, you know.
But
Oh, fine, let me think about it. Yes, I remember.
Recuerdo-
I lost it
recuerdo
in
haber
a
perdido.
scuffle with a dog. Oh, when was it? Oh, yes, the day that speakeasy burned down.
Speakeasy.
speakeasy in Hill Valley?
Don't act so surprised, young
¿Qué era
man.
un speakeasy?
Your generation doesn't hold a copyright on moral depravity, you know. Sin has been on the prowl in Hill Valley since the day it was founded.
Wow, a
What is
speakeasy.
speakeasy?
That must have been wild. Is it true they used to drink gin out of slippers like my grandma said?
Don't romanticize the past, young man. Prohibition was a time when gangsters ruled the town while honest citizens quaked in their beds.
Speakeasy. Ah, es un bar clandestino, no me acordaba.
What's with all these newspapers?
This is my
Como ya tengo eso,
personal
entonces tenía que buscar ahí
archive.
en los periódicos,
I've
creo.
got every issue of the Hill
que
Valley
era así.
Telegraph ever published.
Get out. Every single issue?
From 1871 to the present. If it happened in Hill Valley, you'll find it in my stacks.
Ok.
So where was it? That speakeasy that burned down, I mean.
That was ages ago. If you're looking for bootleg hooch.
No, I'm just curious, that's all. I'm a student of history.
Student of history, my Aunt Fanny. Yeah, your generation of hooligans and slackers could give two right things about history.
Miss Strickland?
Oh, video store!
Huh?
The speakeasy used to be hidden in plain sight down there in the town square. Right where that disgusting videotape rental store squats today.
So the video store building must have gone up after the speakeasy burned down.
The following year, as I recall.
Bueno, ahora ya sé dónde está.
I guess somewhere in these stacks there must be an article about the
Ahora lo que
speakeasy
quiero saber
burning
es
down.
qué fecha es.
Naturally. Yeah, I probably wrote it myself. I was quite a reporter back in the day.
Any idea what date that article
Ahí es
came
donde ella
out?
empezó
Well,
a ser reportera,
obviously
creo.
the day after the speakeasy burned down.
Bonitos
Doing some
binoculares.
stargazing?
Oh, I set my sights on the lower things. Is that?
Lieutenant! Get away from that hubcap before I call your father!
Bueno, ya está. Entonces
let
yo
me
tengo
keep
la
you from your
información de
business.
eso.
You there! Don't even think about tossing that Kleenex on the ground!
Entonces para poder ver eso tenía que distraerlo con esto.
There's the whistle. Surely the water's boiling by now.
Y ahora tenía que buscar acá para encontrar
Ground
la
mansion
fecha.
destroyed. 1962. No, that's not where Doc's stranded. All right, Einstein brought me this shoe, and Miss Strickland lost the shoe on the day the speakeasy burned down. But when did the speakeasy burn down? I at least need to know the year.
Puedo sacar otra y sale otra
Firm
cosa.
announces plans for Lone Pine Mall, Peabody Ranch to be rezoned for commercial development. I don't even know where to start looking for clues in these stacks. Wish I could narrow it down to a year at least.
Ah,
Yeah, that's peculiar. The water still hasn't come to a boil.
me podré ir. Ya que me he dicho que es en la...
Miss Strickland
Creo.
lost that shoe the day the speakeasy burned down. But when was that?
¿Me puedo ir?
Would you mind if I stepped out for a minute? I just remembered a video I've got to return.
Do you have to go? I get so few visitors these days.
But
And I'd hate to have to tell my brother, your vice principal in charge of discipline, how rude you were to me. Especially with graduation coming up and all.
Ok, no me puedo ir. Ah,
that tea's never gonna boil.
y es eso pues que nunca va aquí.
I told you not to touch those.
Escojo los caramelos están ahí acá.
Candy looks older than I am.
Tampoco. Los binoculares hacen algo.
Mind if I take a look?
Go ahead, dear.
El Tannen. Ahí está. Reconstruido en el 32.
Rebuilt in February 1932. So the fire must have happened before then. But when? I need a date.
Don't look at me. I'm far too old for you.
Date. Not date like a cita. ¿Qué tengo acá? Nada.
Excuse me, Miss Strickland? I guess somewhere in these stacks there must be an article about the speakeasy burning down.
Naturally. Yeah, I probably wrote it myself. I was quite a reporter back in the day.
Any idea what date that article came out?
Well, obviously the day after the speakeasy burned down.
The video store building must have gone up after the speakeasy burned down.
El bar clandestino estuvo ahí
Following
en la
year,
tienda de
as I
videos ahora.
recall.
Que se ha reconstruido. Ya tengo el año, pero no tengo
Don't let me
la
keep you
fecha.
from your business.
La única forma de sacar la fecha es buscando en el periódico.
That tea's never gonna boil.
Vamos a mejorar esto. La tercera vez.
There's the whistle. Surely the water's boiling by now.
Ya la tercera vez que se para la vieja.
Jeez, they all look like they've got sticks up there.
What's that, dear?
Nothing. Let's see. Ground broken on site of former speakeasy. Singer vanishes. Hill Valley Expo delights crowd. Soup kitchen exposed. Here we go. Speakeasy arsonist slain.
Ahí está.
Legal procedure gave way to old-fashioned vengeance last night when a mob descended on the Hill Valley police station. The suspect in the speakeasy arson case, a drifter known as Carl Sagan, was pulled from his... Carl Sagan? It's Doc! Killed by a mob. What's the date? June 14th, 1931. Jeez, I gotta rescue him.
My newspapers!
Sorry, Miss Strickland. Let me...
No! You've gotten my history out of order. Oh, do you know how long it'll take to fix what you've done? Oh, get out! Get out! Get out!
Help!
Voy.
Police! I'm being attacked by hooligans!
Para suerte ya tiene el señor Fusión todavía.
Marty! Where you been, son? And what are you doing in that getup?
Didn't I tell you? I got the lead in the school play. We're doing...
Grapes of Wrath?
Right.
Oh, Steinbeck! Who are you playing?
Never
Never mind, you don't have to explain. I'm sure whatever it is you're up to, you know what you're doing, right?
I hope so.
Hey, sometimes you gotta go out on a limb for the ones you love, right? Wish my dad had understood that. You won't stay away too long.
You'll barely know I was gone. You ready to go, Einstein? I've got to turn on the time circuits first.
Por Dios.
Time circuits, on. Flux capacitor, fluxy. Okay, if Doc's gonna get killed on June 14th, 1931, I'll just show up the day before and get him out. I hope you know what you're doing, Doc.
Pues si tengo el señor Fusión debería volar. Supongo. Bueno, pero fue inteligente porque se ha ido hasta las afueras. Se acordó de la cuarta dimensión. Vea el carro del futuro. Un DeLorean.
Einstein, where'd you go now, boy?
Esa señora debió haberse muerto.
Young man! Excuse me, young man!
Who?
Joven,
Me?
joven.
You're the only man in the street, and I'm looking for a man-in-the-street reaction. Naturally, you know about the explosion that destroyed this illegal gin establishment.
I read about it, yeah.
What's your opinion of Carl Sagan, the stranger who single-handedly did what the law has been unable to do for 10 long years, namely, rid Hill Valley of the scourge of liquor?
You can mark me down as a supporter.
The young man said, flashing a boyish yet virile grin. Hill Valley needs more upstanding youths like yourself. Do you have a message for the vicious gangsters who still roam these streets, no doubt plotting to corrupt our citizens with another den of
Es
booze,
demasiado
sin, and debauchery?
incisiva. ¿Dónde lo puedo
Ask him where I can
encontrar?
get the address.
Ah, I see! Because you want to blast it to smithereens just like Carl Sagan did. With public-spirited citizens like you around, the lawless element will be on the run in no time. Mr. May I get your name?
Yeah, it's...
Michael Corleone, Harry Callahan, Sonny Crockett. Michael Corleone por El Padrino. Sonny Crockett creo que era de Taxi. No, no me acuerdo. No, sí, por Harry Callahan.
Harry Callahan.
Thank you for sharing your candid opinions, Mr. Callahan. Edna Strickland, Hill Valley Herald.
I know. I met you back. I mean, I'm familiar with your work.
You read my column? How sweet! I know it's just an etiquette column, but I believe it'll lead to bigger and better... Oh!
Einstein, no. Down, boy.
Is this wretched creature yours? He assaulted me once before.
What's got into you?
Aggressive dogs must be kept on leash at all times. It's the law. Look it up.
Doc. I gotta find Doc.
Que ha sido arrestado.
I guess this is where the speakeasy burned down. How'd Doc ever get mixed up in that?
Not hiring, no están contratando.
You gonna buy anything?
No.
Then get out, Bob.
Ok. Gracias. Ok. A la barbería.
Hey, can I get some moose?
What does this look like, a hunting lodge?
I'm not so sure I want to stay in a place that welcomes transients.
Tiburón.
Wow, looks like they used a real shark.
Ya todos me votan. No le hace caso. Ah,
Hello?
No solicitors!
Olis.
How can I help you, sir?
Without any money, I don't really have any business in there.
Sopa. Ah, ok. ¿No? Reservado para caridad.
McFly!
Biff?
Kid!
Grandpa?
That's Mr. Tannen to you, Artie. What are you doing out here?
Well, I was getting
Todos
kind of
los,
hungry,
los
so I figured
Tannen
I'd
eran
come
los
down here
bullies.
for some free soup.
Just thought I'd come down for some soup. Thanks,
Soup.
McFly. The DA's throwing around subpoenas like Babe Ruth.
I don't think Ruth's a pitcher anymore.
Shut it. If one of those subpoenas
Shut
landed
it
in the
down.
hands of my number cruncher, I'd be in a whole lot of trouble. I could even get sent up the river. You wouldn't want that, would you?
Would you?
Would you?
No, of course not, kid.
All right. That's better. What are you looking at, punk?
Keep your eyes on the soup, kid.
Well,
Well, what?
what are you still doing here?
Sorry, kid. I'll just run back to the safe house.
You do that. And McFly,
Yes?
that hat's too flashy. You better let me hold on to it. Now scram!
You got it, boss.
And don't come out until I give you the all clear. I swear, if even one of you mooks could add 2 + 2 without your fingers, I'd dump that wimp into the lake. Hey! Anyway, I'm off to make myself irresistible. Don't let anyone burn down the shop while I'm gone.
I better not talk to him. I don't want to mess up his timeline. Maybe I should go to the jail and talk to Doc before I start dialing random people in 1931.
Tendré que salir antes de hacer otra cosa acá. Si no, arruinaré la línea temporal. Por acá era. Sopa. Estación de policía.
Who are you and what do you want?
Can I talk to, Carl Sagan?
Are you his lawyer?
No.
No,
Then scram.
que necesito un abogado.
Doc!
Artie,
Great
Doc.
Scott.
what are you doing here?
You sent for me, Doc.
I did? When?
May 14th, 1986.
1980? The automatic retrieval system, of course. I'd almost forgotten about that.
So what's our plan for getting you out of here?
Plan? We don't need a plan.
We don't.
Not in the slightest. The police picked me up for that speakeasy fire a couple of weeks ago, but the DA hasn't got a case. They're releasing me tomorrow morning.
So basically, I traveled 50 years into the past to deliver your car?
Sorry about that, but it's so wonderful to see you. We have a lot of catching up to do.
Yeah, you might want to hold off on that, Doc.
Great Scott! I'm going to be gunned down by gangsters on the steps of the courthouse.
Why would they do that?
Guess they didn't approve of my burning down their speakeasy.
Very funny, Doc. Maybe now we should come up with a plan.
A plan, right. But what?
A ver. Hay que alertar a las autoridades. Regresar en el tiempo. Hacer una huelga. Hablar con los gangsters.
Why don't I take
Regresar al
the
tiempo.
DeLorean, go back in time before you were arrested, and stop you from getting caught in the first place?
Don't even think about it. Without my unjust incarceration, the events that sent you into the past might never happen, resulting in a paradox of continuum-shattering proportions.
Jeez, we've been back together for 5 minutes, Doc, and you're already talking about the end of the universe. I've missed that.
Don't be ridiculous, Marty. I was only referring to the end of the universe as we know it.
Hablar con las autoridades.
Tell them what? That my friend from the future has proof that I'll be murdered tomorrow? They'd ship us both off to the loony bin. And trust me, you don't want to see the inside of a 1931 insane asylum.
Hey, maybe I can talk to the gangsters. Tell them they're about to shoot the wrong guy.
I don't think the criminals of this era are going to be very receptive to a complete stranger telling them that their secret assassination plan is misguided, do you?
Okay, entonces
Well, I
sería
suppose I could
escapar.
just get some dynamite and break you out of jail.
No, that's far too dangerous. Not just to me, but to random innocent people in the past. The repercussions could be... That's it!
What's it?
My rocket-powered drill.
You have a rocket-powered drill?
Not yet. I haven't built it yet.
You've lost me, Doc.
Listen, a few months ago, my 17-year-old self sent in a patent application for a rocket-powered drill. I abandoned the project after I never heard back from the patent office, but the prototype should be nearly complete.
Great, I'll just run back to your lab and...
No, I said nearly complete. You need me to help you finish it.
How the hell am I supposed to sneak a half-finished rocket-powered drill into your cell?
Not me. 1931 me.
Wait a minute, Doc. You want me to convince your 1931 self to build a rocket-powered drill to break you out of jail?
Precisely.
Ese es el Doc de 17 años, creo. ¿Qué pasa con el
Won't
con el
talking to
espacio-tiempo
yourself cause,
continuo?
irreparable damage to the space-time continuum or something?
It should be fine. I've already invented the idea of the rocket drill. You've just got to goad my younger self into finishing the prototype.
¿Dónde lo puedo encontrar?
Okay, let's say I go along with this crazy idea. Where can I find you? I mean, the other you.
How should I know? It was over 50 years ago. Why don't you go over to the soup kitchen next door and give my house a call? They'll know where to find me.
Soup kitchen. Got it.
Just stay away from the soup. It'll cause irreparable damage to your digestive system.
I guess I better get started. Don't worry, Doc. I'll get you out of here in no time.
I'm not worried. Once you and my younger self put your heads together, you'll be unstoppable.
Ok. Tengo que regresar. Aquí a las sopas. No.
Brown Rizzles?
Hi. Do you know where I could find Emmett Brown?
Young Master Brown is currently tending to his clerking duties at the courthouse. I say he's calling.
The courthouse? Doc never told me he worked at the courthouse.
Ok, hay que ir a la Casa de Justicia. ¿Qué hubo?
Okay. Hey, never mind.
The kitchen's for management only, rummy.
Whoa!
Ok, me voy. Se me lo hizo por las buenas. Ahora la casa de la cortera estaba para acá, creo. Sí, ahí al frente. Movimientos de tanque con el teclado. Anything?
Hey, how you doing, Einie?
Ahí está.
Don't touch those. These are very sensitive legal documents. Nobody is supposed to handle them but sworn officers of the court. Papa, I mean, Judge Brown says so.
Judge Brown? Doc. Nice to meet you. I'm Michael, Corleone.
Emmett
Yeah,
Brown.
Harry
I am a
Callahan.
law clerk, not a doctor. Now please get out of my way. I have important business to transact.
O sea, según Telltale tenías que hacer la de Michael Corleone. Tengo que ir a hablar con él.
Or do we take H to stand for permitting the line operator? But in that case, H to the A multiplied by the inverse of A might well be equal to A's expectation value, but only...
Listen, Emmett, you don't know me, but I'm your friend.
I'm not big on friends. They get in the way of work.
¿Qué estás
What's
haciendo?
this important business you're up to?
It's a legal matter, very complicated, very abstruse. I need to obtain 5 sets of initials on every copy of this writ of indemnification before before Judge Brown can even think of granting a waiver to the party in the first part.
You have no idea what it's about, do you?
That's how important it is.
¿Cuándo vas a
So, Emmett,
terminarlo?
what time are you through with work?
Depends. On weeknights, Pop sometimes keeps me in the office till 9.
9 at night? But today's Saturday.
Right. So I probably won't get off before 10.
Ok.
I
Escuché que estabas
understand you're working
trabajando
on a
sobre
new
un
invention in your lab.
diseño.
Invention? You must have me mixed up with somebody else. I'm in law. I have absolutely no interest in science. Of course, that's Newton. But how many Newtons?
Come on, wait up a minute.
You again? Can't you see I'm busy?
See, I'm sort of in the science business myself. That's why I sought you out.
Not that I care in the least, because science is the furthest thing from my own area of interest, which is law, but I don't believe you.
It's true. I'm a scientist.
So tell me something, Mr. Scientist, from your vast storehouse of scientific knowledge.
The leg bone's connected to the thigh bone?
Amazing.
How about you knock off work early and I'll buy you a beer, or soda. What do you say?
Don't try to tempt me from my duty with sugary beverages. Keeping the wheels of justice turning, that's my one passion in life. Besides, if I left before 8, my pop would kill me.
Sounds like you're a little scared of your father.
Scared of my father? Pop is the most learned, just, incorruptible judge that Hill Valley has ever seen. The only people scared of Judge Brown are people with a dark secret to hide. And I don't have a dark secret to hide.
Okay,
Vamos,
you
dime,
don't want
la
your
del-
old man to know.
la del
That's
rocket.
fine. Listen, we
del
all keep secrets. But I'm
taladro.
telling you, you can level with me about this science project of yours.
I am not a scientist. Go ahead, ask me what E equals.
What does E equal?
I have absolutely no idea. See? I don't know where you got your information from about me, mister, but you're wrong, wrong, wrong.
Ok, necesito la ayuda del Doc.
Doc!
Marty, have you found my younger self yet?
Sí.
Well, I met your younger self.
Great.
And I gotta say, you're kind of uptight.
What?
You won't even talk to me.
I find that hard to believe. Tell me what happened.
I tried asking him
dice
about
que
your
no
rocket drill,
es
but he says he's not a
científico.
scientist.
What? What?
Porque,
Father.
papá.
What's he got to do with this?
In 1931, I was still
En
deathly
31
afraid of my
tenía
father
mucho miedo de su
discovering the
papá,
truth about my
de que
scientific
descubriera sobre
predilections, so I carefully kept them under
de
wraps,
su preferencia
practicing
sobre la
science at odd
ciencia.
hours, away from his prying eyes.
That sucks.
Lo tenía
It sucked
escondido
a
de él.
lot. Fortunately, I eventually stood up to him, but right now, my younger self probably thinks he's been sent by my father to check up on me.
¿Cómo puedo
What do
hacer
I do to
que
convince
usted
Teen Doc that I'm not a
que
spy?
el joven
not
Doc
sure.
confíe?
Why does your younger self mutter all the time?
Muttering? Why would I be muttering? I never mutter unless... The Hill Valley Expo!
The Expo?
Yes, the Expo. How could I have forgotten? In a few months, the younger me will put on a demonstration at the Hill Valley Exposition, my first public foray into the world of science. Everyone in town will be there, including a number of noted inventors who shaped my career.
So, it was a big success?
No, it was a miserable failure, but it was a spectacularly miserable failure. One which marked
Se
my
fue un
transition from an
espectacular
amateur garage
fallo.
scientist into a professional seeker of truth.
Okay.
You know, your younger self seems really dedicated to the law.
It's a facade, I assure you. I had to keep up appearances to appease my father.
Siempre sí se me quedó la astilla en el dedo. Ya, a ver.
Let's talk about your younger self's problems later.
Okay, but don't forget we're on a bit of a deadline here.
Por aquí. ¿Dónde está? Debería estar por acá.
Will you just give me a chance?
Harassment's a federal crime, Mr. Corleone.
Come on, Doc. Emmett, drop the Legal Eagle Act. I got something more important for you to do.
Mr. Corleone, I'll have you know that the law is the very mortar that holds society together, and we in the legal profession are like brick masons building the edifice of the future.
Your dad tell you that?
Every morning.
Come on, you could trust me, Doc. Emmett, it's your future I'm looking out for. In more ways than
Tratando de
one.
ayudarlo de
Are
alguna
you
forma.
talking about?
I'm
Que
talking
estoy
about you
hablando, estoy
and
hablando de la
science.
ciencia y usted.
Oh, that word again! If you insinuate I'm a scientist once more, I'll sue you for defamation of character! Won't be equal to age expectation, Doc.
Will you just give me a chance?
Harassment's a federal crime, Mr. Corleone.
Depende de los derechos que me dé.
Emmett,
A
about
ver,
your...
sigo hablando. No me dejo
Acceleration, of course.
y
That's
se
Newton.
va.
But how many newtons are required to maintain a constant mass if acceleration is reduced by the inverse of the derivative of the speed?
Oh, qué pesados.
Doc!
Marty, how goes the escape plan?
Guess who I bumped into at the soup kitchen? My grandfather.
No!
Don't worry, I didn't talk to him or change his future or anything.
Good.
I wish I could, though. This era's tannin is treating him like dirt.
Don't worry. If history plays out as it's supposed to, he'll soon be out from under Kit Tannen's thumb and free to live out his life as a humble accountant with your grandma. What was her name again?
Sylvia.
Right, Sylvia.
What's
Acerca
the
de
story
Kit
with this
Tannen.
Kid Tannen jerk anyway?
Biff's father? By this time next year, he'll be pulling down a
culpa de
life
Biff.
sentence in San Quentin. There was even a song about it.
Wait, if Biff will be born in 1938, and Kid will be in prison...
As I recall, he escaped from prison in 1937 for about 3 hours.
That's a busy 3 hours.
No kidding.
Ok, acerca de Edna.
What do you know about Edna Strickland?
Edna? We never really socialized when I was younger. She was a few years older than me, and we traveled in different socioeconomic circles. Why do you ask?
She thinks you're a hero for burning down that speakeasy. She's doing a story on you.
A story? Oh, yes, now I remember. Ask Edna, the etiquette column that doubled as a pro-temperance soapbox. She believed that the consumption of alcohol would inevitably lead to a complete societal breakdown.
Sounds like a fun gal.
You should have seen her when the hippies started showing up in the 60s. She just about lost her mind.
That would explain a lot. I know
Encontré
this
su,
really isn't the right time or place, but I
su
found your notebook.
Ah, so that's where I left it.
su libro de
Why'd you bring it
notaciones.
here?
Because the bank's selling off all your stuff.
They can't do that.
That's what I keep trying to tell him.
Well, you hold on to it for safekeeping. We'll deal with my financial situation in 1986 after we save me from a grisly death in 1931.
I'm still not making any headway with your younger self, Doc.
Really?
What does this expo have to do with you muttering all the time?
When I was younger, I used to relieve stress by working on complex mathematical conundrums. No doubt my younger self is working on some impossible problem in an attempt to work off cerebral steam in the weeks before the exposition. What was I muttering about?
I don't know. H to the something with an inverse of something else. I'm not so good at equations.
That's too bad. I bet if we could solve my younger self's problem, he'd be more inclined to listen to you.
I still can't figure out what your younger self is muttering about.
Blast! If only I could hear him myself.
Ok, tengo que escuchar lo que es lo que
Let's talk
está
about your younger self's
murmurando.
problems later.
Okay, but don't forget we're on a bit of a deadline here.
Y si le doy... No creo. No creo que dándole su libro.
Derivative of the speed relative to the speed of light. Oh, it brings back to H.
I better not. Those lawyers sound kind of nasty.
A ver, esperaré y sacaré el libro. Hasta que salga el doc.
Will you just give me a chance?
Harassment's a federal crime, Mr. Corleone.
Sounds like you're a little scared of your father.
Scared of my father? Pop is the most learned, just, incorruptible judge that Hill Valley has ever seen. The only people scared of Judge Brown are people with a dark secret to hide.
Pero creo
And I
que
don't have
podía
a dark
grabarlo.
secret to hide.
Sounds like you're a little scared of your father.
Me equivoqué.
Scared of my father? Pop
No
is the
me
most
dejó
learned,
escoger
just,
la otra.
incorruptible judge that Hill Valley has ever seen. The only people scared of Judge Brown are people with a dark secret to hide. And I don't have a dark secret to hide.
Emmett, about
Don't
your...
say it. But in that case, H to the A multiplied by the in. Don't think, Emmett, think. H to the A multiplied by the inverse of A. H to the A multiplied by the inverse of A. Now if H stands for a one-dimensional harmonic oscillator, then... Don't think, Emmett, think. H to the A multiplied by the inverse of A. H to the A multiplied by the inverse of A.
Ok, siempre te descubren en ese punto, pero si ya grabé esa parte, si se la enseñó el doc. ¿Cambiaba? No me acuerdo.
Well, no.
A ver. Doc. Pero ese tantos años después, más joven, no causaría la misma paradoja.
So, Doc, does this ring a bell?
Oh, think, Emmett, think. H to the A multiplied by the inverse of A. H to the A multiplied by the inverse of A.
Good grief! Is that me? I sound so...
Young?
I was gonna say intense. I forgot how wound up I used to get.
Yeah, but what are you muttering about?
Oh, that's easy. It's Ivanov's conundrum. Just tell my younger self that H equals a Hamiltonian operator.
Won't giving him the answer mess up the time stream?
Only if it turns out that reality is actually nothing more than a holographic illusion created by the interplay of subatomic particles on a vast two-dimensional membrane.
Okay.
So...
It'll be fine.
Bueno, mientras Marty lo sepa, supongo que también lo sabré. ¿Por qué?
Or do we take H's stance with Hermitian line?
Will you just give me a chance?
Harassment's a federal crime, Mr. Corleone.
No, questo.
Maybe H equals the Hamiltonian operator.
What did you just say?
I said maybe H equals the...
Hamiltonian operator.
Yeah.
Great Scott! If H is a Hamiltonian, then H to the A multiplied by the inverse of H can only be the same as the expectation value for A. That's it! That's the solution to Ivanov's conundrum, the problem I've been wrestling with in my head all week!
I'm sure you would have figured it out by yourself in a day or two. The way you figured out how to build that rocket-powered drill.
Where did you learn so much about science?
Soy del planeta Vulcano, vengo del futuro.
Well, it's like this. If you know about my rocket power drill, then there can only be one explanation.
What?
You're from the patent office. I confess I didn't quite know what to expect when I sent the paperwork, but I never expected this. Welcome! I'm at your service. What can I do for you?
Can I see your rocket-powered drill?
Of course. Naturally, it's just a scale model, but it's nearly operational. I can show it to you, say, first thing in the morning?
Nah, that's no good. I need to see a full-size model. That's fully operational. Tonight. Otherwise, we'll have to award the patent to a competing inventor, Dr. McCoy.
It can't be done! I mean, it might be possible to construct a full-size working model in that time frame, but I haven't got the main ingredient for the fuel.
I'll get it for you. What is it?
190 proof grain alcohol. And you know how difficult it is to get a hold of alcohol these days.
Especially now that someone's blown up the speakeasy.
And besides, there's no way I can get off work until I've delivered this subpoena. Part of the investigation into the business affairs of Kid Tannen. Is it vitally important you see that rocket-powered drill today?
Yes. Is it vitally important you deliver that subpoena today?
Yes!
Listen, I'll help you deliver it, and I'll see to it you get the alcohol you need. It'll help you get that drill finished by tonight. Deal?
Deal. Here's the subpoena.
I've got to subpoena my grandpa?
It's Kid Tannen.
Hey, I just saw him at the soup kitchen yelling at Arthur McFly.
I'm not surprised. Arthur does the books for his business.
What kind of business?
That's what the DA is trying to find out.
Let's go talk to him.
No!
Why not? Kid Tannen can tell us where Arthur's hiding.
Yeah, well, he can also have us fitted for a Chicago overcoat.
Ok, entonces...
Hey, how you doing, Einie?
Einie?
It's short for Einstein.
Einstein, of course, because he was a patent officer just like you.
¿Y este tío qué es acá?
Hey, Miss Strickland.
Oh, hello, Mr. Corleone. Try not to draw any undue attention my way. I'm on the trail of a hot new scoop, as we in the newspaper business say.
What's the scoop?
I've heard rumors that something shady is going on at the Sisters of Mercy soup kitchen. It's under new management, you know. And oh, we mustn't jump to any conclusions. Not till the facts are in. I hope to heaven it is just a rumor. That soup kitchen is the front line in the good fight. If it goes bad, what will happen to the Stay Sober Society? Not to mention all the charitable institutions that depend on me for soup deliveries.
Oh.
You make hot soup deliveries?
It's one of my many small contributions to the good cause. Healthy bodies, healthy souls, or so one hopes. I pick up barrels of hot soup at the kitchen, and I deliver them hither and thither. Hill Valley Orphanage, the St. Francis Xavier Ranch for Unwanted Children, Foggy Mountain Home for the Incurably Insane, Shady Acres Rest Home. Oh, I can barely keep track of them all. It's a very big job.
I'm sorry about the way Einstein lit into you back there. I don't know what got into him.
Well, I hope you've learned to keep him under control.
Yeah, I found someone to keep him distracted.
Very good. Now let's see if you know your multiplication tables.
No me salían más opciones acá.
Did you finish the story you interviewed me for? About Carl Sagan?
Yes, but those pig-headed editors at the paper rejected it. They said my story was slanted, and that I was glorifying a suspected arsonist. As if their stories aren't always glorifying the criminal vermin that run this town. This whole thing makes me so mad I could spit. Though of course I never would. There's an ordinance against it, and it's so untidy.
Hey, I can help you deliver soup. I donate a lot of time to charities.
Oh? Which ones?
The, Mario Brothers.
Ah, yes. The Italians do so many good works.
If you'll just fix it so I can pick up the barrels of soup.
Now hold your horses, let's not get over-eager. I drive the soup cycle in this town, and I'm not about to turn it over to an upstart. But if you're well connected with the local charitable institutions...
Yeah?
You can let me know when they're running low on soup.
As a matter of fact, I do know a local charity that's running low on soup.
Oh? Who?
The Farm for Unwanted Children.
Perhaps their parents don't want them because they eat too much. All right, Edna, just think of all those poor unfortunates and hold your nose. Mr. Donnelly!
Ok, ¿de qué me sirvió haberla botado a Edna?
What the hell, Matches? You got kiwi all over my socks!
Sorry, boss.
Get out of here.
Kiwi.
How about you?
Huh?
I'm sitting at a shoe shine booth. You walk up. Either you're here to shine my shoes, or you got a death wish. Which is it?
Okay.
I'm looking for a guy named Arthur McFly. He's my, sort of a relative.
Well, he's my employee. He's very busy today.
Okay.
So when do you think Arthur will be leaving the office?
When I tell him he can leave the office. Hey, you Mr. Spy.
Since you're Arthur's boss, you know where he is, right?
He's at the, office.
Where's the office?
I forget.
Isn't that Arthur McFly's hat you're holding?
It was McFly's hat. Now, it's my peanut ball.
Could I buy Arthur's hat off you?
Could you keep your mind on your work, huh? Shoeshine boy? I'm hanging on to my peanut ball.
Can I have some peanuts?
Why not? I'm a magnanimous kind of guy. Go ahead, knock yourself out.
Hey, kid!
Yeah?
What the hell is that?
Hey!
What did you do?
Give me that hat, you lousy crook!
Emmett!
Todo por un sombrero.
Emmett!
Nobody makes a monkey out of Kid Tannen!
Estiércol.
Ow! Fix me up!
Where do you learn how to move like that?
Sandlot football. They used to call me the Streak.
Get out!
Yo creo que necesitaba el sombrero para hacer las entregas.
My grandpa may be a little wimpy, but he's got great taste in hats. I need to get this subpoena into Arthur McFly's hands, so young Doc will have the time to help me bust old Doc out of jail.
Creo que era así, no me acuerdo.
Hey, cue ball.
What?
The truck just arrived with a fresh shipment of, soup.
Soup? Soup?
Well, this is the regular soup, and this is the special soup.
Es la de la revisión.
Special. Hey, what are you doing?
I'm spicing up the soup. It's my secret recipe.
Listen, this ain't the Savoy, and we ain't here to feed these bozos no fancy soup. The boss has got a business to rebuild, so knock off the goofing and mind your post.
All right. Just try the soup. Well?
I can see why you want to keep this a secret.
Excuse me.
You talking to me?
So this place used to be a soup kitchen.
What do you mean used to be? Despite recent changes in ownership, this joint is still available for the purposes of distributing food to the needy and the not so well-to-do. And no other purposes whatsoever.
Right. What's a tough guy like Kid Tannen doing running a soup kitchen?
Mr. Tannen purchased the soup kitchen from the Sisters of Mercy in an effort to repair his reputation as a respectable community figure after his fine name was besmirched by the malignant and malicious the actions of the misguided vandals that done burned down his place of business.
His speakeasy.
I cannot confirm nor deny any claims of so-called illegal bootlegging at the Just eat your damn soup, pipsqueak.
Porque la sopa viene en barriles.
Because it's hard to ladle off the floor.
Okay. ¿Me das sopa?
Soup.
You're a soup kitchen. What do you think?
What kind of soup is this? It tastes like...
Scrolle ribolita?
I was gonna say week-old cabbage.
Everyone's a critic. Look, all I got to work with is this 2-bit soup in a barrel and spice rack that hadn't been restocked since the Coolidge administration. What do you think I should do to perk this slop up?
Let's see. Have you tried...
Sal, paprika, perejil.
giving the soup a little heat, maybe?
Why, is it getting cold?
No, I mean, like chili powder. Muy caliente.
Oh, bit of a tough guy, huh? Actually, I like it spicy too, but it's gotta be edible for the common folks.
Come on, a little dash isn't gonna kill anyone.
Ah, heck. You got moxie, kid. Let's spice it up a bit, shall we? Kitchen's for management only, rummy.
Whoa! What are those tables for?
We keep a few extra tables around for our end-of-the-month hobo soirees.
Ok, no me dicen nada de este cubo.
I better not talk to him. I don't want to mess up his timeline. Huddle up,
¿Qué
Emmett.
dice Emmett?
Huddle?
Just listen up for a second. Any ideas about how to get the hooch?
Hooch?
The alcohol, Emmett.
One might come to the conclusion that the hooch is being hidden in some of those barrels.
You're probably right, but which ones?
Now, if I could get my hands on some of those barrels, I could weigh them and compare their specific gravity.
Specific gravity? Come on, Emmett. Kids' goons aren't going to let us do an experiment on their barrels.
Oh, I suppose you're right. We'll just have to ask the guy behind the counter.
What? Ask him if any of his barrels are filled with illegal moonshine? Get real here.
Well, I imagined a modicum of subtlety would be used.
Subtlety. Right. Any ideas about how to get the hooch?
Hooch?
The alcohol, Emmett.
One might come to the conclusion that the hooch is being hidden in some of those barrels.
You're probably right.
Now, if I have it no, I...
What?
Well...
Subtlety. We'll score that.
I'll keep cogitating.
There's no way I'm gonna keep that door open without some help. Emmett.
Yes?
Emmett, I can't get into the door over there. Those tables are jamming it shut.
The door? So your plan is to just waltz in there and take a barrel of alcohol?
No, of course not. That would be stupid, right?
I'll say.
Still, I'd like to get that door open. I can't do anything from out here.
Well, it's a simple matter of physics. A lever, some sort of stop. Let me see what I can come up with.
There's no way I'm gonna keep that door open without some help.
Voy a hablar con el keyboard again.
What is it, kid?
Okay.
Tengo más ideas sobre la
I've
sopa.
got some more ideas about your soup.
Do tell.
Let's see. Have you tried...
Sal?
Salt?
Salt? What do you think, it's too bland? too mild? I didn't put too much pepper in it, did I?
I just think it could use a little more salt.
No accounting for taste these days.
Ahí le echaba la sal, pero para eso movía el otro. Y acá. No me dices nada. Había...
There's no way I'm gonna keep that door.
No sale Emmet. ¿Cómo era para abrirle la puerta? Ahí está.
Are those all cabbage soup?
Last time I checked.
Don't you have any other kinds of soup?
No.
Nope.
What about those barrels?
What about them?
What kind of soup is that?
It's not it's special soup.
What's special about it?
It's
special
made for
hooch.
grown-ups, kid.
A soup for grown-ups?
That's right, kid. Be nosy. See where it gets you.
Está tranquilo.
Eureka!
Ok, ¿qué pensó?
Emmett.
Yes?
Bonita.
Obviously, this kitchen isn't the speakeasy.
¿Y le pasó una
Indeed.
espátula?
This must be some sort of front meant to cleverly and legally obfuscate the existence of a hidden establishment of ill repute. Perhaps in the basement.
Right. That
Fíjese en
might
el
explain the
sótano, eso
elevator.
explicaría el elevador.
Oh, that's interesting.
Just a little mechanical ingenuity. In the end, the door is open.
Yeah, good job. We'll score that hooch somehow.
I'll keep cogitating.
I hope Doc Jr.'s thingamabob holds out.
Creo que con la cuchara. Yo le tenía que pedir.
What is it, kid?
I still think the soup needs more flavor.
Siento que debería bajarse solo.
Ah, Miss Strickland. Come for some more soup?
Come now, Mr. Donnelly. You know I wouldn't set one foot in this mockery of all that is good and decent if the poor of Hill Valley weren't so dependent on Mr. Tannen's overblown show of generosity.
Was that a yes?
Just give me the soup before I gag on the hypocrisy.
Ok, le dio una que no era.
I'll tell the boss you said hello.
I'll just bet you will.
Edna picked up the barrel of hooch. Now all I have to do is to get it from her somehow.
Ok, Edna se llevó el barril que no era. ¿Desde dónde se iba? Debería estar en el parque.
Hey, Miss Strickland.
Oh, hello, Mr. Corleone. I'm afraid I haven't much time. The meeting of the Stay Sober Society is due to begin very soon.
You asked me to tell you if one of the local charities is running low on soup.
Does somebody need a visit from my soup cycle?
The insane asylum.
No, too much soup makes them nervous.
You asked me to tell you if one of the local charities is running low on soup.
Does somebody need a visit from my soup
Y
cycle?
lo dejo ahí hasta el otro día. El
The
orfanato.
orphanage.
No, they've already got all the soup they can handle.
You asked me to tell you if one of the local charities is running low on soup.
Does somebody need
La granja, el
The
resto.
rest home.
No, it's
lugar de
way past their
descanso.
bedtime.
Ok,
What's the
entonces
Stay
esto.
Sober Society?
You haven't heard of the SSS? They do the most marvelous work, taking hopeless drunken bums and turning them into former hopeless drunken bums. I'm one of the founding members. And not to say that I was ever, well, you know. Anyway, we've always met in the cellar of the Sisters of Mercy soup kitchen, but for some reason the new managers don't want us down there, so we're stuck. We've got nowhere to meet.
Y ahora como le hago...
I got a book.
Oh? Where?
Nice bike. Huffy?
Huffy? I'm not huffy. I'm passionate. Passionate about justice, safety, law, and order.
Never mind.
Ok, el Doc joven, ¿qué decía?
You have to deliver a lot of subpoenas?
Father's always sending me out to do these dirty jobs. He wants to expose me to different kinds of people. All he's exposed me to is a lot of new curse words.
If serving subpoenas is such dirty work, why don't you just say no?
Look, what's the worst thing that can happen to me on this job?
You could get shot.
Yeah, well, believe me, that's nothing compared to what I'll get if I mouth off to my pop.
Any idea where we could find Artie?
Not a jot. If only we had a way of tracking him.
This might be a stupid question, but couldn't you have designed your rocket-powered drill to run on fuel that,
Salud.
you know, isn't illegal?
Illegal? What does law have to do with science? Science has its own laws. You of all people should know that.
Couldn't you tweak your engine design a little so it runs on something else?
Like what?
I don't know. Gas, maybe?
Gasoline? Yesterday's news. You'll see. By 1940, automobiles will all run on pure alcohol.
Okay.
We'll get that subpoena delivered. Or my name isn't...
Michael Corleone!
Yeah.
Dicen, ¿qué puedes hacer?
Handsome dog. He belongs to you?
No, he's your dog. Typical neighborhood stray.
Theorize, Einstein. Can you theorize for me?
Si le doy el sombrero a Einstein.
Hey, honey, come here for a sec, boy. Hey, boy, can you find the guy who belongs to this hat?
Where's he going?
Only one way to find out.
Apartamentos Hillvalley.
Huh. Deja vu.
Yeah? Who is it?
It's McFly!
Shh, I know!
Hey, Arthur, can you come down a minute?
Do I know you?
Somos familiares. Tengo algo para ti. Somos la ley. Tengo el para
We've
ti.
got something for you.
It's a
subscription to the Accountant Weekly. He won't come out if he knows why we're really here.
No, right.
I'm not interested. And besides, the boss won't let me leave the room. Sorry. Some other time.
Okay, de nuevo.
What now?
It's me again. Please come down.
Why?
I'm your
Somos familia.
mother's great nephew.
You mean my second cousin?
Yeah.
Glad to know you, but I can't leave this building till the boss says so. He's given strict orders. Sorry. Some other time.
Sorry. Si le digo el otro... Obviamente si le digo que somos la ley se va a cerrar y no va a decir nada. Tenía que ser la otra opción, creo. O de frente le enseño su sombrero.
I'll give it back to him after I give him the subpoena. It's me again. Please come down.
Why?
We've got some important information for you, but we can't yell it. It's private.
Then put it in a postcard and send it. I'm stuck up here till the boss tells me I can leave. Sorry. Some other time.
A ver. ¿Qué me quedo entonces? Emmett, ¿qué me dices?
Need any help?
Never mind.
No tengo más camino por acá. Y por ahí me regreso.
Sisters of Mercy Soup Kitchen. Come for the soup, stay for the salvation.
¿No hay alguna otra forma de sacarlo?
Pretty neat, Doc. Nope. I'm still not getting through here. But at least those tables are propped up now.
What is it, kid?
Quiero decir que me dio otra sopa.
So this place used to be a soup kitchen.
What do you mean used as a distributor whatsoever?
Right.
Ok, no me
Mind if
dice
I look
nada
around
porque
a
yo
bit?
supuestamente ya
No.
lo hice todo. ¿Bajará? No, no.
Hey, where do you think you're going?
The kitchen?
The kitchen's for management only, rummy.
Pues ya no hay nada que se pueda hacer acá en la cocina. Solo había que hablar con Edna, pero tampoco me dice nada. Tía antipática.
Looks pretty sturdy for a girl's bike. Hey, Miss Strickland.
Oh, hello, Mr. Corleone. I'm afraid I haven't much time. The meeting of the Stay Sober Society is due to begin very soon.
You asked me to...
Somebody...
The Stay Sober Society.
Yes, we do generally provide refreshments for the Stay Sober Society, but I'm afraid they may not be able to meet tonight. They haven't got a meeting space.
You asked...
Somebody...
Never mind.
Certainly not.
I know a place where the Stay Sober Society can meet.
Oh?
¿Dónde se pueden reunir? En el parque.
You can meet in the park.
No, that's no good. Too many of the members sleep in the park.
I know.
Oh?
I know.
The Stay Sober Society does not countenance breaking and entering.
I know.
Okay.
The Brown residence.
You mean Judge Brown's place?
Yeah, I happen to be good friends with his son Emmett, and he's told me the judge would love to lend his place out for, you know, good causes like yours.
Really? Why, that's the most generous, public-spirited offer I've received in a
Entonces se
month of
convence
Sundays. Please, tell your friend Emmett we accept. And the offer couldn't have come at a better moment. It's almost time for the meeting to begin.
I'm sorry.
Well, I hope...
Yeah, I found someone to keep him distracted.
Very good. Now let's see if you know your multiplication tables.
I got a book.
Bueno, acá hay que decirle a Emmet, entonces. Rocket Drill, Sapina.
We'll get that subpoena delivered.
Y faltaba entregarle eso. Llegó un punto y faltaba el otro.
I don't want to mess up my...
¿Le podré dar la foto de McFly?
Arthur's already a little freaked out. I think showing him a picture of his yet-to-be-born son could turn him into a vegetable. It's me again. Please come down. Why? You represent the law.
You don't want to go against the law, do you?
No, but I don't want to go against Kid Tannen either. And he ordered me to stay put till he gives the word. Sorry. Some other time.
Ok, tampoco no me ayuda. Pero bueno. Son 2 horas de viernes. Sí. Hoy estamos que lunes. Dios, mañana martes. Martes es Twitch, miércoles Facebook. Sí. En Twitch no sé cómo estar jugando, pero eso sí, este se sube de frente de YouTube también igual. Y nada más, eso sería todo.